control, मुझे जैसे voodoo, जैसे voodoo, जैसे voodoo. करे control, मुझे जैसे voodoo, जैसे voodoo, जैसे voodoo. करे control, मुझे जैसे voodoo, जैसे voodoo, जैसे voodoo. करे control, मुझे जैसे voodoo.
Remember those iPhone 6s, 5s, a new phone, a new year, but not that of a major upgrade. This is the iPhone 14, which is more of an iPhone 13s, because the upgrade from the previous model is very slight. Starting from the front of the phone, the major changes are always on display, dynamic island, 2000 nits peak brightness, and f1.9 aperture instead of f2.2 on the 13 Pro. Also, last but not the least is photonic engine and new autofocus front camera. On the rear, the only change is the camera. Main lens is now 48 megapixel. The aperture of the main lens went from f1.5 to f1.8. The ultra wide lens went from f1.8 to f2.2. Cinematic mode is now also in 4K, and yes, the cinematic mode is very different from the 13. Also, there is second generation sensor shift optical stabilization. On the inside, there is a new chip A16 Bionic, satellite connectivity and crash detection. There is no major design change. The only change that I can notice is the slightly more protruding camera bump and also the new deep purple color. The display has LTPO technology, which they are using for the always on. The brightness has been bumped up to 2000 nits outdoors, 1600 nits for HDR. The typical brightness remains the same at 1000 nits. And yes, the new notch which Apple calls the dynamic island. Not gonna lie, the dynamic island is thoughtful. There are various phones in the market that have punch hole cutouts, but none of them have ever thought to use the punch hole in such a way. Moreover, the punch hole is also interactive. You can touch on the screen or touch on the punch hole, it pops up whatever is happening. For example, if music is playing and you press and hold on the dynamic island, it pops up and lets you control your media, play, pause, skip, also control the volume. And if multiple things are going on, like music is playing and also you set a timer, then the dynamic island behaves like this and gives you separate control for both of the things going on. There are few apps that have been developed and developers can use the punch hole to create really fun interactive apps. Talking about the cameras, on the photo side there is finally 48 megapixel that only works if you shoot in RAW, and when it works it's epic and the results are beautiful. This is an image shot on the iPhone 14 Pro from the main lens in RAW and edited in Lightroom. Also, the ultra-wide lens has been slightly improved. It's not that much of an upgrade, while the telephoto lens remains the same as the last year. Here are a few pictures from the iPhone 13 Pro and the 14 Pro. See the differences. The major improvement is in the low light because of the wider aperture. It lets more light into the sensor, and mostly the time to take the night mode images has been reduced in iPhone 14 Pro. The images are better looking and there is less noise in the darker areas of the image. Front camera has been improved and has autofocus that allows better depth of field and better portraits. On the video side there is 4K cinematic mode, and yes, the cinematic mode has been improved a lot and the results are mind-blowing. Here is a comparison of the cinematic mode from the last year phone and this year's phone. Now the blur looks more natural. Talking about the action mode, I did not like it. The major reason is that it reduces the image quality. I would rather prefer to stabilize the shot with my hand and taking normal video, because once you go into the action mode, it reduces the image quality. And also low light video has been improved, the reason of which is again the larger aperture. The speakers are almost the same and there is not much of a difference. Same IP68 water and dust resistance, waterproof up to 6 meters for 30 minutes. Charging speed is same, MagSafe is same, the MagSafe accessories are same. The battery life has been improved a bit. Apple claims an extra hour of video playback. Satellite connectivity is also available. You can send emergency text or call the emergency services where the signals are not available through the satellite connection. But that doesn't work where I live, sadly. The question is, should you buy this phone? If you have a 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max, you don't need to buy this phone because the changes are not that much. But if you're coming from an iPhone 11X or any other phone, then you should definitely consider buying this because it's a complete powerhouse. That has been it. Let me know about your thoughts in the comments.
Let's go.
The speakers are almost the same. I don't see any...
वो पीछे वो बंद हो गई है बस और दूसरी माउस में सीट को ले लिया
On the... चुप है!